getting ready to come.
and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Israel.
God, Shabbat shalom. Well, it's not sure. Well, it's not a Shabbat, really.
Yeah, it's not Shabbat, but we so used to saying that and everything. So what this is the first day, of the fourth month. So as promised, we want to do a lesson the first month of each, the first day of each month, as promised, to do a lesson.
That's right.
It's going to be a long lesson, but it'll be a much needed. But before we go, how we like to do it, we like to get a sound check. So if y'all can hear us, if y'all can hear us loud and clear, go ahead and give us a 1 in the chat box.
Go on, let us get a 1. Let's get a 1 on the chat box if you can hear us loud and clear.
All right. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Brother Sean Singleton.
That's
Shalom.
Right. Shalom, brother. We are in the 4th month. We're in the 4th month.
Okay. Oh, let me pull this other one up because the other one is bigger.
Okay, come on.
Yeah. This one right here.
There we go.
All right. Can you see that one, brother?
Come on. I can see it loud and clear.
Okay. We got a 1 in the chat box, so everybody's good. All right. So we're in the 4th month. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. We're in the 4th month, and as you know, we've been doing this for a while now. This is the 3rd calendar that we've done. And so, we've tried to make it more simpler and easier for you all to understand and to dissect. And again, we put all the precepts, we put all the scriptures. We don't just do a calendar and then expect people just to follow. We put the scriptures there so that you can test the spirit, so that you can follow all the precepts and the scriptures that go along with it. And if you read it carefully, if you read it exactly like it is, you'll be able to read the calendar. It's not hard at all. And when you look at the 4th month, and the reason why we don't have a name for the 4th month is because we can't find one. Now, some people say it's Baal, but that's debatable. So until we actually get the right month for the 4th month, we're not going to put that month on there. So, but in that being said, why is the calendar so important? Why is keeping the law so important? And it's because the Most High commanded it. It is the very life-giving force that the Most High has given to His people. He has bestowed upon His people, and our people don't realize the importance of keeping these laws, commandments, and statutes. I hear people say, "Hey, well, what about the signs of the times?" Hey, we've been witnessing signs of the times ever since Adam was deceived, and each generation, for thousands of years, have been experiencing signs of the times, y'all. And we're not saying that they're not important, but what we're saying that you're not keeping these laws, commandments, statutes, none of that's going to matter, because you can leave out here and die tomorrow, die tonight, die the next day. You don't know when your life is going to end. In the book of James, it says that your life is like a vapor. It's here for a minute, then it's gone.
That's right.
You don't know when you're gonna go. And unfortunately, a lot of our people, especially our elderly, are going to be laid to rest. Bless their hearts. But the work is going to continue to go on as long as we got breath in us. It doesn't matter how many enemies that come against us. This work is still going to continue to drive on. No one's going to be able to shut the Most High down. Before I do want to read something, but before I do, brother, is there anything that you want to take on before I go to Deuteronomy 32?
No, go ahead, brother. After you get that scripture, I'll go ahead and bring our, scripture too, as well. All right. But, if you want to put that calendar up, though, just one more time for Israel. All right, Israel, as you see, this particular month that's not named in the scriptures, we don't have any holidays on this month besides the new moon that begins on sundown on the 11th, which is also, what does that say? Summer?
Yes.
Come on. What I'm saying? That's the that's the official day that summer comes in, because that will be the new moon that the summer drops in on us. Okay. All right, go ahead, Op.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, like if y'all go back and look at because what we're gonna do is once we get done with all the months, we're gonna combine all these months, and it's gonna be a really long lesson. But we're gonna combine all the lessons we've done together in our playlist. But just to kind of give you a review, if you look at the bottom where it says note, where it says the Hebrew Israelite months are numbered in the following order. So the reason why how we came up with these numbers is following through scripture. So when you read the color legend, you're going to see that the black number are actually the Israelite calendar days. They always stay the same. They never change. They never change. The only thing that's going to change by a day each year is the Gregorian calendar, which because they go off the 365 days. Is that correct? Yeah, they go off the 365-day year. So that's going to throw things off a while. That's why those changes are going to happen. But then when we have our leap year, which is coming up, I think in a couple of years, then it's going to put everything back on track. As long as we sticking with the equinox and the Hebrew days, then the calendar would never it would never be off. It would always stay the same because everything is just like the luminaries. Just like the luminaries are fixed, so is calendar's feast days. Just like the Shabbat is fixed.
That's right. Well, the only thing that does change that isn't a constant will be the new moons. As we know, they have like 154 days.
Exactly.
Con. All right. So that'll be the only thing that'll change. But it has only 354 days. That's the only thing that changes.
Exactly. And
throughout the years. But the days, they remain the same, and so forth and so on.
That's right. All right. So let's go ahead and turn your Bibles to Deuteronomy. I'm sorry, Exodus, Exodus chapter 32. Can you see it on the screen?
God.
All right, and I'm gonna start with verse 1 because we're reading this because we want to show you how our people just, always when they fall back, things just go they go bad, for our people. And after seeing all these miracles, after seeing the 10 miracles, the 10 plagues in Egypt, and seeing the splitting of the Red Sea, and on top of that, being delivered from our enemies of hundreds of years of bondage. Come on, y'all. And our people are just gonna go off like that. It just tells you how stiff-necked and simple our people are to forget. So let's start with verse 1. And it says, and brother, feel free to jump in anytime if you need the spirit. It says, and when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us gods. Now, first, let me go back. It says, and when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down the mountain. Now, Moses was up in the mountain, 40 days?
God.
And 40 nights, man, these jokers got impatient. They're like, man, where is Moshe at? I can hear him now, man. It's like, man, he ain't coming back. He done deserted us. It says, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us gods, which shall go before us. And for this, Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not that is become of him. I mean, how easy was it them, for them to forget? Moses was going up to receive the commandments, and our people just got so impatient. All right, let's look at verse 2. It says, and Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. Now, first of all, I mean, come on, Aaron. This is crazy, and you can tell what kind of pressure Aaron's under because they probably was all over him. They probably was just nagging him. All right, verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in the ears and brought them unto Aaron and received them at their hand and fashioned it with a graven tool after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, these be thy God. Now I'm reading this. Now this is a literal slap in the face to the Most High. Because why? Because, man, our people just witnessed 10 plagues that delivered they wicked behinds. They witnessed the splitting of the Red Sea. Come on, man, hundreds of years of bondage.
Right. And also, like, one of the main things of the 10 plagues that we have to remember that happened was that he killed the firstborn of all the Egyptians. Now, I gotta tell you right there that the Most High Yahweh is not a God for everybody.
No.
He's only a God for his people. Because if he was for everybody, then he wouldn't have did that to those children, right? Go ahead, huh? That's all I wanted to add.
So it goes on to say, and we're still in verse 4, at the end of verse 4, it says, "These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, "Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord." Man, phenomenal, man. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. So when they rose up to play, it was all kinds of stuff. There was lasciviousness. They were doing all kinds of stuff, unimaginable stuff. And verse 7, and the Lord and Yahweh said unto Moshe, "Go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves." It's just like our people today. Verse 8, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them, that they have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it. Now that's the worst thing you can do. What did the Most High said? "I am a jealous Elohim." But then they take this golden calf, man, and they just that quick forgot. And see, man, you know what's so crazy is that look in our days we haven't even seen miracles like this, and we believe. It says, "And have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." And Yahweh said unto Moshe, "I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them." Now, watch this. And it says, "And that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation." So, so y'all see what's going on right here, right? So the Most High, he was so angry that he was getting ready to destroy all of Israel, and just make a nation out of Moses, because he could have done it, right? Am I right or wrong, brother?
God, man, you know, he could have easily done it, just like he said he was going to raise stones up to be children of Abraham. You know,
and y'all got to realize, the Most High don't care about numbers. And see, that's why people are crazy. You know, you got these days it's so crazy. Everything is out of order. You got people thinking that they're so privileged that they're entitled to be an Israelite. They're entitled just because they're getting on YouTube teaching, and you got all these women thinking that they're entitled and they can teach and change the order. You got another thing coming. I mean, that's just straight up wickedness. And the Most High don't care about numbers. And we're going to see some serious destruction and everything, because the Most High does not need 42 million so-called African Americans. And we're just talking about that number in the United States. The Most High can let our numbers dwindle down to 50 if he wanted to, and still make a nation out of us. Because guess what? The seed still would not be destroyed. It'll be small, but it would not be destroyed, because he did promise that his seed would not be destroyed. So don't get it twisted. Just because he said that his seed would not be destroyed doesn't mean that we're going to be reduced to just a very small number. Right? And then Moses is pleading, verse 11. It says, and Moses besought Yahweh his God, and said unto him, unto Yahweh, "Why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand?" And Moses, telling you, man, if it wasn't for Moses pleading, we wouldn't be here today.
That's why he was the meekest man, right? Yep. That's why he was meek. You know, he was always looking out for Israel. You know, anybody else, they would have probably been like, "All right, man, that's good, Israel, man. Them wicked niggas getting on my nerves. Go ahead and destroy them. We'll go ahead and start over with my bloodline."
Yep. But I just wanted to read that part unless you had something else. But the reason why I wanted to bring that out is because that we don't forget in this current day, that we don't forget what the Most High have done for our forefathers, and when he protected us in the land of Goshen, you know, and when he killed the firstborns and he delivered the 10 plagues to Egypt. I mean, the whole world remembers that stuff. You know, everything else fades and passes, but you know, no one will ever forget of those past things that happened. But unfortunately, our people, even though they know that it happened, but we don't live it. You know, we don't act it, because a lot of people just don't care about the commandments, going astray from it.
That's right. And I want to bring out this Job 27, right?
Mhm.
And you know, and it's really important that we keep these commandments. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, you know, we have to remember that we're on this earth, right, to keep the commandments, to be a servant of Yahweh, right? You know, and keep the faith of Hamashiach. And not only that, but you know, we got enemies, right? You're gonna have to pray for deliverance, pray for the destruction of our enemies, right? Because in Job 27, let's read what it says. You know, that this is why it's important to keep the commandments, to follow the calendar, to make sure that we're doing things right and exact. It says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors," right? So a wicked man with God, which also could pertain to a wicked servant, like any one of our people that's not doing what we're supposed to,
Mhm.
and the heritage of oppressors, these damn heathen, right? That got their foot, they got their boot on our neck. It says, "Which shall receive of the Almighty? If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. And if his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep." See, man, the Most High is not, you know, that's not a game. It's not a game because the Most High does not care about folks that are wicked nor their children. The Lord said there's no reward for them if they multiply upon the earth. Them heat that got their bootstrap on our neck. The Lord said there's going to be a sword for their ass too.
That's right.
So it's imperative that we keep these laws and commandments. We go by the scriptures, we go by the calendar, the way that it's written. And it's important also to have in the particular things that you follow. If you see brothers and sisters out here that sure, you know, they do their best to try to keep up with the calendar or whatnot, but if they're not sure what they got. So myself, come on to the channel month to month for 12 months straight to give you to break down month by month, make sure that you know you guys have any questions. And if you do have questions, please, you know, be sure to
I think I might have fell off. Yep. I think he fell off there. So he'll be back on in a minute. Hey, if y'all can hear me, let me know. Put a one in the chat box. So I think brother fell off. If y'all can still hear me, put a one in the chat box. All right. So look, while he's come back on, he's probably having some internet issues. So I want to read Ecclesiastes 19 because in correlation to what he said, this is the precept right here. So Ecclesiastes 19, and starting with verse 19. Give you a second to get there. All right, so let's start off reading. It says, "The knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is a doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality." All right, verse 20. "The fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency." And see, and this is what we are to live for. The Most High created us, and we are to worship him with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. No questions asked. This is what the Most High has commanded us to do. And see, and the problem is we want to do our own thing. We can't be doing our own thing. We have to do what the Most High has commanded us to do. And he says, obey these laws, commandments, and statutes. He meant that. He meant that. And throughout scriptures, he gave our forefathers simple instructions to obey the law. And when we didn't do that, guess what? We all perished. We all suffered. We all went into captivity each time, and even now. And the heathens have done a good job of causing our people to break every law that the Most High has ever commanded. You back on, brother?
Con. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. My internet's a little shaky over here.
Okay. I just got done reading Ecclesiastes 19, just off the precept that you read.
Con, all praises. So, I got another one too.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it out. And while he's bringing that out, y'all, but this thing is serious, y'all, and this is why we have to constantly work out our salvation with fear and trembling, and we have to constantly rebuke wickedness. The Most High tells us to despise and hate wickedness. Why do you think me and Brother Eitan go so hard in the paint against wickedness? Because a lot of people sometimes they don't like it. They're not going to like it. We're not here on this earth to please people. We're not here on this earth to give you smooth things and to soften you up and tickle your belly and everything, and then make you like us. We're not here to make you like us. If we try to make everybody like us, then we're failing our mission.
Because the scriptures say you're not going to be liked if you're teaching this truth. Exactly.
And what did Hamashiach say? Hamashiach says in Matthew chapter 10, it says, I come not to bring peace, but a what? But a sword, right? He says, I will turn daughter against mother, father against son, and vice versa. Right. So this truth is not popular. Even with the brothers and sisters that are so called in this truth, that are not living up to the commandments, that are teaching against the commandments, they too are considered heretics and wicked. And we have to call out that stuff as well. And we will call that out. And you just best believe me and Brother Eitan, we ain't no punks. We wouldn't raise to be punks either. We'll challenge anybody and anything that tried to come against the scriptures.
And we're not above approach ourselves. If you see something, you got a question about anything that we're teaching, and you got a question, just with a respectful manner, come on and ask. Send us an email, man. We have no problem, conversing with any of our brothers about the doctrine.
That's right.
All right, or answering any questions that any of the sisters have.
That's right. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know that we allow anyone to come on. All right, brother, you have something you want to bring out?
Right. So, let me go ahead and bring out Daniel 12:1, right, and 2. And it says, and at that time, Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, which is Israel. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, right? And see, this is our goal, is to be found written in the book, right? Because if you're not in the book, that means what? You're not keeping the commandments, right? And let's see what happens. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you don't want to be the second one, right? You want to be able to awake to everlasting life. Because just like Hamashiach said in Matthew, right, and in Luke, you should be afraid of the one that's able to destroy the body and soul, right? And who's that? And that's the Father. Because when judgment day happens, he's going to be judging you by your works according to the law. It's not a mystery. All right, it's not a mystery. If you're effeminate, you ain't making it.
That's right.
Right? If you're a homosexual, you're not making it. Right? If you're a fornicator, you're not making it. There's plenty of scriptures that'll tell you the type of people that the Most High is going to want in that kingdom. If you don't fit the prerequisites, then you ain't getting in. Yeah. So that's why Brother Daniel and myself, man, we strive every day to try to be as close as we can to what the Hamashiach is looking for. So maybe, when it's our time to go, that he'll have grace on our souls. All right.
And I want to bring out what you said, brother, about those fornicators and homosexuals and sodomites. You look at the American culture, right? And look how our people, we first got here. Sometimes we were more together in captivity. And then in the 50s and things like that, we had our own communities. And, you didn't have, if you heard, like when I was growing up, if you heard the word homosexual, the first thing you thought was a white dude, because that's what it was affiliated with. See, this is not our stuff, y'all. This was never our stuff. You know, this is the heathens, and over the decades, this stuff has been pushed upon our people. You know, and our people have become so much like our enemies, like these damn heathens, that we act like them, walk like them, dress like them, talk like them. It's crazy. It's at a, I mean, we could be here all day just telling you the level of wickedness among our people, and a lot of this stuff is geared towards our people because they know the elites know that we are a chosen people. So what do you think they're going to do? They're gonna invent everything in a book and throw it at us and get our people off track. And now you have homosexuality, you have lesbianism that's running rampant in our own communities, and it's wild, y'all. It's wild, and you speak against it, they'll have your channel shut down, and they'll be trying to slap lawsuits against you and everything just because you speaking out against that stuff. But that's the time we're living in, though.
All
right, brother.
The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So just like it says that hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. The Lord is very privy to all those that are doing wickedness. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see someone is dying, if you see this or that in the streets, you best believe that it was the Most High's judgment that sent these folks there.
Yep.
Right? You know, sometimes, you know, it may be an act of mercy that the Most High might kill someone. You know, and sometimes, you know, it may be just straight up judgment off the top because he don't want your wicked ass on this earth anymore.
Yep.
All right. So we just got to know, and then we can't be one of these unjust people that knoweth no shame, because when we get to where we're going, let's believe the Most High is going to pay it back tenfold.
That's right. That's right. All right. I want to bring back up the calendar and just going over that. So I want to talk about the new moon. So the new moon is going to be coming up. So on the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be the 29th, which is going to be next Wednesday. So make sure you get that day off. And I also want to show you. So some of you may be asking, we've talked about this before. And what's the difference between the new moon and the Shabbat? Well, the new moon, you can cook on the new moon. You can do your festivities, but you cannot buy or sell. So I'll prove that to you with the scriptures. So let me pull up. Let's go to Amos. Let me get this over here. Let's go to Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. You might want to write this down because this will show you right here what they wanted to do. And this is how you know that you can't. We're not supposed to. We're commanded not to buy or sell on the new moon, but you can cook on the new moon. It says, saying, when will, I'll give you time to get there. That's Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. It says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell grain, and the Shabbat, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephod small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. So these wicked Israelites, they was just ready to do evil. They couldn't wait for the new moon to be gone, so they can get back to their business and everything. But I was just reading this just to show you that this is right here evidence to show you that we're not to buy and sell on the new moon.
Right. We're supposed to be doing any pagan holidays either, like this. Like Father's Day is today, what they call it Father's Day.
Wicked day.
So-called Father's Day, right? This is a day of idolatry, right? So don't be, celebrating yourself over here, right? Because you ain't do a damn thing. The Most High did it all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Doc. Well, I guess that's. Anybody got any questions or comments or concerns? You have to go ahead and put it in the comment box. This month we really don't have that much. We really don't have anything besides the new moon. We know that it starts at the first sliver. But other than that, we have a new month, and we have begun the new month. There's nothing special in this month. Hey, also, right, if anybody knows of any, ancient Hebrew texts that happen to have the name of the fourth month in there, that would be great. Share that with us if anybody else is out there doing studying, so we can try to bring shed some light to these things, right? But it has to be backed up some kind of way. All right, so get with us. We have some things too that we have some ideas of what it could be. but we would like to cross-reference with other information as well to make sure that we're not bringing out any folly.
Yep.
All right.
So if y'all got any questions, see, and go over this stuff again. We put all these precepts, and many of y'all have the calendar. So all you got to do is just go to the previous videos, download the calendar if you don't have it, and you can study the precepts. You can study the precepts. But if anybody has any questions concerning this calendar, and we challenge anybody, look, y'all, we're not saying we're perfect, but me and Brother Aton, we spent years studying this. We spent years researching the scriptures after scriptures with other elders, and really dissecting this thing. And because I could tell you, and Brother Aton would tell you, I did not want to put a calendar out, and he could tell you for a long time I did not want to put a calendar out for several reasons. One, that there's too many calendars out there already, and a lot of people are confused as it is. But I was like, well, if we put a calendar out there, then it's going to have to be in a way where people can study the scriptures for themselves and make the judgment and be able to test the scriptures themselves. And that's what we've done. So when and I thank the Most High that He allowed us to be able to do that, because if you look at all these other calendars out there, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see that. And a lot of these brothers are selling their calendars. Now, that's wicked, y'all. They don't even know if they got the right days, but they selling their calendars. We don't do that stuff. What kind of world we living in now where you got people, they want to sell the gospel? I mean, are they that lazy where they can't get out and work, start their own business? Where they gotta pray off and feed off the children of the Most High? It's sick, y'all. It's sick. So, we shouldn't see anybody trying to sell their calendars. So again, we challenge anyone. And if you feel like, hey, well, you guys are wrong, well then, come on and quote some scriptures. And we will compare scriptures. But I think for the most part, we did exactly what we were led to do by the Spirit, and that's use the scriptures to build this calendar. Anything outside of that doesn't matter.
All right. So if we don't have any more questions, concerns, I'm gonna read this once. I'm gonna read the scripture right here, right, dealing with the brotherhood, and we will bid you guys a shalom. All right. Let me go ahead and get this up real quick. All right, we're gonna go 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and we're gonna read 7 through 9. It says, "For God hath not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness." Right? That means keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments in this calendar, because this is separate from the heathen days. "He therefore that despiseth not man, but God, but who hath also given unto us his Holy Spirit." So, if we're preaching the truth and we have somebody that's coming against us, they're not really coming against us. They're coming against God, because they despise the word that God has put forth in his holy scriptures. "But as touching brotherly love," because we're on this channel, Mind of the Brotherhood, "ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of God to love one another." All right, and and I'm gonna just leave it off right there.
And I just wanted to touch on that last part. Pull that back up again. Make that bigger. Verse 9, which says, "But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for yourselves are taught of Yahweh to love one another." See, that's important. Y'all may think we had our women, and I know some of y'all do. No, we love our black women. We love our brothers too. But I'm gonna tell you what we do hate. We hate wickedness. We hate it with a passion. Job hated it with a passion. The prophets hated it with a passion. So you got to understand, when the Most High chastises us, it's not because He wants to, but it's because we choose to cling on to wickedness. We choose to cling on to the ways of the heathens, and He has no other choice but to destroy us, because we refuse to let go. And see, this is why me and Brother Aton, we go so hard. And I know some of y'all think we like the harshest brothers on the planet, but we're not. We are not. We're definitely no punks. We're not going to just let you do your wickedness, and think that you're going to get away with it. No, you're going to be dealt with. You will be dealt with, and we're going to reveal some stuff. But y'all know how we get down, And anybody, we've always offered anybody to come on here. And we've had brothers that come on here and we had a good time, fellowship and everything. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, Israel. We're not going to just let this stuff slide by and not say anything, because to be quiet, to see all this wickedness and to be quiet about it, come on, that's like you know better than the people who are doing the wickedness. If you see your brother in fault and you know that the brother's in fault and he's going a certain way, you need to correct that brother or that sister. I don't care what they're going to say. They might not like it, but you're going to help that brother or sister in the long run. So we're going to continue to do this work. As long as we got breath in us, we're going to continue to do this work. We don't fear no man. We don't fear anything in this earth. Me and Brother Aton, we ain't scared to die. We've been through the ditches, so we know the deal. Ain't nothing out there that we haven't experienced yet. So don't get it twisted. But we do want to always give brothers and sisters to come on. We don't deny sisters. Y'all see, we've had sisters that come on this page. I just think we just hate women. I just hate women. No, we had plenty of sisters that came on here, and we had cordial conversations. All praises, brother. All praises.
All praises.
And we're gonna try to. I'm gonna bring this calendar up one more time, and we're gonna do our best to make it even more for next year, for 2023, to even make it a little more clear. Now we hope that one day that we can take out the Gregorian calendar and just leave. We'll just leave the Hebrew days on there, but that's going to require a little more work on your part. So you have to keep up with those days, though. But I think that as the years go by and as we lean more towards, we're going to start seeing more Hebrew words in the calendar as well, too. So, and I know the Paleo Hebrew from front to back. So I want to start incorporating some of that in there as well.
So brother, we might even have a lesson like that about that one time where we could break it down and we could show you how the real name of the Lord is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and how we get that from reading the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Yeah. Okay. Show you vowel sounds and whatnot.
Yeah. So I can show you how, like, you can actually pronounce Yahweh Shai from the Paleo Hebrew. You can pronounce Yahweh from the Paleo Hebrew. You can pronounce Hamashiach from the Paleo Hebrew. Once we go over the alphabet with you, you'll see how the sounds and everything, and then you can see like the words you can put together and collaborate and everything. So with that being said, if nobody has anything, is the link? Did we put the link out in the box?
Let me see.
Come on.
Yeah. If you have any questions or anything like that about the calendar per se, because that's what this is going to be on. Feel free to come on and ask any questions.
Just click on that link we put down there.
But just like always, the changing of the months, as we see, you can determine that from the heathen days is going to be the blue to the red. Okay, and we have it always labeled at the top, so you understand which one is which. Right, we got the new moon coming in. That's also marks the changing of the seasons into summer, and we always have the Shabbats on the very end, starting from sundown to sundown. All right, you can always look in the sections on the left or the right margins, and we'll always post the scriptures dealing with whatever feast days that we're pertaining to during the months. Okay, always in the margins, and we have this neat artwork that Brother Daniel likes to put in there. I like that as well. Right, so we always have the color legends in the margins over here. We'll always include scriptures as well that pertains to how we got these calendar days, as well as whatever feast days are pertaining to that particular month. All
right, Israel. Well, hey, with that being said, enjoy the first day of the fourth month as we draw at sunset to the second day of the fourth month. Stay shalom and stay strong.
That's right. Shalom, stay strong.